It's bound to happen.
The central and state governments in the country have set up central and state level supervisory boards and advisory committees to advise the authorities from time to time, and the responsibility to implement the act has been given to appropriate authorities in each district of the state.
जितने भी सोनोग्राफी सेंटर्स हैं उन सबको कानून के दायरे में लाना बहुत ही आवश्यक है और नियमित रूप से उनकी जो मॉनिटरिंग है वो करनी काफ़ी आवश्यक है। और साथ ही जो समुचित प्राधिकारी है वो क्या करते हैं कि वो अपनी जो उनको जो एक जिम्मेदारी दी गई इस कानून के क्रियान्वयन की, वो जिम्मेदारी वो अपने जो दूसरे अधिकारी हैं, जो उनके नीचे के अधिकारी हैं, उनको दे देते हैं, जिनको समझ होती ही नहीं है कि इस कानून का क्रियान्वयन किस तरह करना चाहिए। ख़ास तौर से उन समुचित प्राधिकारियों को जो अभी जिला स्तर पे कलेक्टर हैं, तो उनको उस कानून के क्रियान्वयन के लिए काफ़ी को ही उत्तरदायी बनाया जाना चाहिए। उन्हें ही मतलब इस कानून को क्रियान्वयन को करना चाहिए।
It has often been found that the appropriate authorities, either the chief medical officers or the district magistrates, are burdened with 100 other responsibilities, and they cannot devote any time or attention to regulate the ultrasound clinics. Additionally, complaints against medical practitioners are often not entertained, as the appropriate authorities themselves belong to the medical fraternity.
I know a state, and I know more than one state, where every doctor working in the government knows who owns the clinic, illegal clinic, which does sex selective abortion. Every government doctor knows. I'm not going to mention the state. So it's very easy for them to absolutely, catch him when he's doing it. They won't do it. They won't do it. And I am blaming that on a so-called professional bonding, because those are all private doctors, and people in the government are all government doctors. But there is a professional bonding between the two. They will never, there may be cases where they do, but in majority of the cases, the doctors themselves will not like to name the private doctors who are running the clinics. So where are we? When the very instruments of implementation of the act have gone rusty, and it's only the civil society groups which are running here and there and trying to influence politicians who are too busy with anything, with so many other things to give, and the politicians are also there. They can also ask the doctors, their own government doctors, to tell them who are the persons who are doing this illegal abortion, who are the private doctors. It is not a question of lack of knowledge, it's only a question of lack of will, and it's only a question of lack of, as I said, political priority. Dead girl children are not a political priority.
In order to strengthen the understanding of PCPNDT Act and other gender-related legislations and judgments in the country, the United Nations Fund for Population India, in collaboration with Law University Jodhpur and PCPNDT Cell, launched a training initiative for the young practicing lawyers in Rajasthan. The objective was to make lawyers as catalysts in the society to facilitate the implementation of the Act.
We have found that there is a gap in terms of understanding the PCPNDT Act and also other gender-related legislations. This is, as I have earlier said, in the curriculum also, this is also a new act, and in the curriculum also there is no much focus on these acts. So there is a gap which was shared by the various faculties and also the young lawyers. And we have found that if we provide that particular inputs in terms of PCPNDT Act, the other legislations, very critical legislations, and also in terms of providing them an exposure to the various judgments that has happened in relation to the PCPNDT Act, we have found that if we provide these inputs, then the implementation of the Act will become more stronger. जो जितना पिछले 2 साल 3 साल में जो हाई कोर्ट, सुप्रीम कोर्ट में जो भी जजमेंट्स हुआ PCPNDT एक्ट के तहत, उसको पूरा कंपाइल कर हमने जो एक डॉक्यूमेंट बनाकर हमने सब सीनियर ऑफिशियल्स और जो प्रैक्टिसिंग एडवोकेट्स और जो डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्ट्स सीनियर जुडिशरी ऑफिसर्स उनको हमने भेज दिया. और the basic purpose was that they get sensitized, they get also aware of what is happening in terms of the judgments related to this PCPNDT Act.
जो CMHO लेवल है या डिस्ट्रिक्ट जो अप्रोप्रिएट अथॉरिटी है, स्टेट अप्रोप्रिएट अथॉरिटी है, इनके यहाँ से हमने इन्फॉर्मेशन कलेक्ट करना स्टार्ट किया. और उन इन्फॉर्मेशन को हमने जब एनालिसिस किया तो हमें लगा कि हाँ ये तो बहुत बड़े गैप्स हैं. तो उन गैप्स को फिलअप करने के लिए जो हमारा जो लॉयर्स का ग्रुप था, उन लॉयर्स के ग्रुप ने उनको जो एक लीगल नोटिस देना हमने स्टार्ट किया. और एडवाइजरी कमेटियों का गठन नहीं था तो हमने नोटिस दिए इनको लीगल कि आपके यहाँ पे जो है एडवाइजरी कमेटियों का गठन नहीं है तो आप एडवाइजरी कमेटियाँ गठित करें. तो इस तरीके से हमने थोड़ा थोड़ा करके और लीगल नोटिस, कोर्ट में कंप्लेंट डालना और पूरा लीगल जो इनका प्रोसेस है उसको पूरी तरीके से मॉनिटर करना, हम जो 10-12 लोग थे काम हमने स्टार्ट किया. हमारे जो ग्रुप ने काम करना स्टार्ट किया था उससे लेके आज तक हमें लगभग 20-30% की इम्प्रूवमेंट एक्ट के इम्प्लीमेंटेशन पे जो है नज़र आई है. क्योंकि कमेटियाँ भी इन्होंने कमेटियाँ बना दी है, कमेटियों के बाद में कमेटियाँ बना दी है, इनकी मीटिंग्स होने लगी है, मीटिंग मिनट्स नोट होने लगे हैं और उन पे हमारे लॉयर्स जो हैं वो पूरी मॉनिटरिंग, वाचिंग वो सब कुछ कर रहे हैं. तो उससे हमें ये लग रहा है कि कहीं ना कहीं जो एक्ट का इम्प्लीमेंटेशन किस हद तक जो है पूरा प्रॉपर नहीं हो रहा, लेकिन 20-30% जो है पहले के मुकाबले अब स्टार्ट हुआ है.
The continuous decline in the girls' population indicates an impending demographic disaster, which is a result of India's collective failure to protect girl children. Social activists and health experts believe that the practice of sex determination must be brought under control, and a common strategy should be evolved through prolonged interaction among official and non-official stakeholders to find out options to overcome the challenge.
It's only because the offence under this law is very clearly the determination of the sex of the fetus or the selection of the sex of the fetus. If as a radiologist, the radiologist is not telling me, and I'm a lay person, I don't know from the expert what is the sex of the fetus which is there in my womb, how am I going to go for a sex selective abortion? So unless that crime is committed, nothing else can go ahead. And therefore it's very, very important that that radiologist or that medical malpractitioner, that criminal is caught. That basically remains to be the solution of the implementation of this act. That the government has to pull up its socks and get its act together in getting this law implemented. It's not like the government hasn't done this before, it's just become slightly more complacent.
Attempts by the society and government to tackle female feticide through bans on sex determination tests have been largely ineffective, and the situation still remains grim. Experts warn that the demographic crisis will lead to increasing sexual violence and abuse against women and female children, trafficking, increasing number of child marriages, and increasing maternal deaths due to abortions.
Because the act is not properly implemented, there is a drastic decline in the number of girl child in this country. Because of that decline, it will result in various social problems. There is an argument which is given that because there will be less number of girls, there will be demand will be more, and then the girl will be kept very well, and she will be given every facility. But that's a myth. If there is a decline in the sex ratio, then there will be increased trafficking. The oppression of the woman will all the more increase. There will be many more number of rape cases. So the violence against women is bound to increase if this number keeps on declining further.
The battle to save daughters has proved to be long drawn out. Campaigners acknowledge that millions of Indian daughters will continue to go missing, and the dream of a gender-balanced society will not be possible without a deep shift in the mindset of people who still prefer a male child.
Mommy, can you feel beside you.